Hey everybody, happy Wednesday to you. Hope everybody had a good hump day. We are back in the kitchen. And today I am working on, well, a couple things. It's going to be a kind of a busy inside day today, which is okay because it's like really warm out today. I think it's supposed to get to like 90, which is, woo, and that bright sun, that's just too much for me. So I'm fine staying in here in the AC kitchen. Right now, I'm just getting some fruit ready and some vegetables ready to put into the freeze dryer that I have. Pretty much everybody, I'm pretty sure, has seen in the stores the freeze-dried fruit, kind of the in thing. A lot of people really like it. Well, I was lucky enough to get a freeze dryer for my birthday a couple years ago. Mike surprised me. And so now I can freeze dry my own fruits and stuff. So I've got some organic bananas that I got from Sam's. And I'm going to link the price of them up there. Just to kind of give you an idea about how much I spent versus how much they sell the packages for in the stores. Some of the packages I found to put up here on the screen for prices doesn't say that the fruit chips are, or fruit pieces are organic or not. So of course, I can't grow my own bananas here in North Carolina, so those are just going to always have to be bought. And I always try to get organic if possible. Sam's has a good deal on the organic bananas, so I tend to try to grab them when I'm there. Alright, so like I said, this is what I'm working on today. I've got my bananas sliced up. I didn't slice all my bananas up just because the little nugget likes to have some for breakfast sometimes. And sometimes Mike likes to grab a banana as he's going out the door. So bananas are on my list to freeze dry today. And then my apples, I just did a batch not too long ago. So I'm actually going to be canning apples. So the bananas are going in the freeze dryer. And then I'm also going to throw some celery into the freeze dryer because I like to keep it on hand for soups and things like that. And you know, celery's not going to last forever in your refrigerator. So I go ahead and, excuse me, these allergies are crazy. I go ahead and freeze dry them into, I'll show you what size pieces. And then they're shelf stable for me. And if we're making chicken soup or chicken and dumplings and we need celery, maybe a pot pie. I don't know, does celery go in a pot pie? I don't know. Anyway, so I just cut them up like that. Again, I try to get organic if I can. We have tried to grow celery twice now and it just hasn't happened. So in the meantime, again, this is something that I have to buy. But celery is generally not that expensive. So whenever it's like on sale for like around the holiday time, I'll go ahead and buy a bunch. And then, like I said, just get them freeze dried, put into a jar on the shelf. Anything we need them for, we just dump it in. Works perfectly. So bananas, celery. I've got my carrots cut up already. Now these are not our carrots. These are bought organic carrots. Ours is in the middle of growing as we speak. So we ran out of all the carrots that we grew last year. We tried in the fall. We didn't keep up with it, and so we didn't get any carrots. So again, this is store-bought, organic for now. And this is going to be canned. And I am going to go ahead and freeze dry some of this with my celery. And that way, again, for dishes that you need celery and carrots, I can just have it all in the same jar and be done with it. So this will be, whoa, housekeeping. Go ahead, Lily. So Yeah, so this is going to be canning and freeze drying. Bananas, celery, carrots going in the freeze dryer. You can freeze dry different items together. Now, you wouldn't want to do something like totally on two ends of the spectrum, like watermelon that's so watery. You wouldn't want to freeze dry at the same time. Oh, I don't know. Probably even like celery, because they're, you know, one's way more watery. Actually, celery's pretty watery. You know what I'm trying to say, though. Figure out what I'm thinking, not what I'm saying, I guess. Yeah, so you can, you know, but you can freeze dry things together. If you're freeze drying onions or garlic, some people say that the flavor of it gets into whatever else is being freeze dried at the same time. So in my case, if I'm freeze drying garlic or onion, those two I will freeze dry together, because generally if I'm using garlic in something, I'm probably going to be adding some onion powder too, or vice versa, you know what I mean? So those two I don't mind freeze drying together. I have never tried it myself, freeze drying like garlic with, let's say, bananas, and finding out if the garlic went into the bananas. I've never experimented with that, but that might be something I might have to try in the future, just so, you know, we know, is it really true, or is it just a myth that the garlic will flavor whatever it's freeze drying with. So that'd be an interesting little experiment we should try sometime. All right, so I've got the amount of bananas I wanted to do. I've got my tray. I am going to go ahead and get this celery cut up and onto the tray. And then, yeah, we'll move on. If I didn't say it already, apples are being canned, not freeze-dried. Yeah, I think we still have some freeze-dried, so, okay. Anyway, I'm going to finish up with this celery, and then I'll be right back with you guys. So I just wanted to touch base on the fact that I did not include, you know, the cost of the freeze dryer when I'm talking about how much it costs to get dehydrated or freeze dried fruits. I do know that, you know, the factor in of the price of the freeze dryer does make a difference. So I'm getting them loaded up in the freeze dryer. Most things take at least 24 hours depending on what it is. Of course, something that has the most moisture is going to take even longer. And we'll see you in the morning when we get this stuff out of the freeze dryer. Well, guys, it's the next morning, and our freeze dryer is done. So I'm going to get them in these jars for storage. Now, I saved my old like canning lids that I've used that you can't reuse for canning, and so I use them for like my dry goods, like things like this. And we have healthy little snacks for the baby. Now, if you don't have a freeze dryer, which, you know, most people don't, no worries. You can still do this with a dehydrator, or you can do it in your oven, treating your oven like a dehydrator. Like I said, we do have some fruit trees that will hopefully give us some fresh fruits this year. Same with the celery, not just the fruits. If you want to dehydrate them, it works just as well. And again, you don't have to have a dehydrator or any other special equipment. You can do it in your oven. So thanks for hanging out with me. for the past couple days, trying to get this baby stuff, baby snacks made for the little nugget. Hope everybody is having a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.